Manchester United 3, Everton 1. And there you have it, guys. We are through to the next round of the FA Cup. What a mad game. What a crazy game. The game never settled. It was frantic from minute 1 to minute 97. And we are going to talk about this game today as usual, guys. Welcome back. We have Rashford playing well, scoring. In fact, we have Rashford going down the left. Rather than cutting in all the time and driving into players, Rashford, for the first time in a long time, he took the man on down the outside today. And we scored 2 goals because Rashford went down the outside and used his left. For once in his life, he did it. Rather than being one-dimensional. Well done, Rashford. Well done. You are changing. You are improving. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all the goals. We're going to talk about De Gea. Is De Gea on crack? Is he? What was De Gea thinking? As usual, when it comes to concentration, the best time or the best way to score against De Gea is when he's not focused. De Gea, sometimes he can lack concentration. And today, the ball went through his legs. We're going to have to talk about De Gea. The lack of general cohesion in the final third today. We're going to talk about that as well. But, like I said, an end-to-end game. Very, very rapid. If you're not... Let's get into it. Before we get into it, as usual, guys, smash the like, turn on the notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do the damn thing. Subscribe below. It's a decent channel. It's me, your boy, Chosen Wisdom. After every game, I'm going to give my little breakdown, my analysis, and essentially what I see, what I saw happened. And that's it. So I hope you like what you see. I want you guys to get involved, of course, and give me your points of views, because I see football a certain way, and essentially I want to learn from other people and understand how you see football. Because football is very nuanced and very complex. We all know that. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. You've had a good Christmas, New Year. Let's get into the game. First of all, the lineup. We've got Varane back. Varane is back at centre-back. He played with Luke Shaw, which is quite interesting. Luke Shaw has been playing centre-back for a few games. And because, in my opinion, when Luke Shaw plays left-back, he doesn't bomb forward as much. I think playing left centre-back suits Luke Shaw. And perhaps later on in his career, that might be his position. Who knows? But he started with Varane, Malacia. Dalot came back. Great World Cup. He played well for Portugal. He's back. Anthony started, Rashford, Martial started, Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno. So we started a very strong team. And not only did we start a strong team, we started on the front foot and we started well. Now, in the last video, I said that United do not start well in games. If you watch Arsenal play football and most other teams, okay, I wouldn't say most other teams, but definitely Arsenal, they start the game so aggressively and they start the game with intensity. And not only that, I see that United at the beginning of the season, we were pressing really, really, really aggressively. These days, we don't press as aggressively, but it's not terrible. It's not a bad thing because we're not conceding that many goals. We are not. But going back to today, we started very, very quickly. I was very surprised by the speed and the intensity that the whole team started. I was very impressed. And if we can start games like that, I'm just talking about the intensity here, not the cohesion and anything else. Just the intensity we had. If we can start all our games like that, I reckon we'll finish in the top 4. We will. We started well. We moved the ball quickly. United scored a goal within the first 3 minutes. And bringing back to the point I made earlier, we're going to talk about the goal that we scored, the first goal, and why we scored it. Rashford has been hit and miss over the last 2 years. We know that. A lot of players have, not just Rashford. United as a football club have been underperforming over the last 2 years. So the players that play for Man United Football Club have also underperformed, right? Every player, not just Rashford, but Rashford has been very inconsistent. This season, he has improved, he's got better, and he continues to get better. And today, for the first time in a long time, Marcus Rashford took a man on and he went down the left. His idea wasn't to go and cut in on the right and shoot. Ten Hag must have had a word with him, because that's one thing I've always said about Rashford. When he gets the ball on the left, his only vision, his only ambition, his only sight is to just do a couple step overs, make a run, and cut in on the right foot and shoot. That's all he wants to do. Today, he took his man down on the left, and this is the Rashford we saw 3 years ago. The Rashford that will take a man down left or right. Not just right and cut in and shoot. Okay, I'll go right. If the right is covered, if I cut in field and there's 3 or 4 people just waiting for me, I'm going to go down the left. I'm going to go down the outside. Why not? And all the little cutbacks he used to do back in the day when Rashford used to take his man down on the outside, cut back and cut in. That's the Rashford we saw today. I've got no problem with that Rashford. Don't be so predictable. Good goal. You took it on the outside, crossed it in. A nice, easy finish for Anthony. Very easy finish for Anthony. And the front three, in that goal, the front three were all involved. It was Martial who dropped deep to pick the ball up, sprayed the ball over to Rashford. He took his man on, crossed it, Anthony scored. The front three were all involved in that goal. Good goal from my perspective. We kept playing on. We kept playing aggressively and we kept the intensity. But with the intensity, I think we lacked structure. When we pressed, when we pressed a lot, and we pressed Everton a lot, and we played intensely, like I said, I looked at the game and I saw that we lacked structure. Every time Everton counter-attacked us, they looked like they could do damage. So our structure wasn't cohesive, especially our defensive structure. And we saw that within, 10 minutes of us scoring. We conceded, and you could argue that, it was De Gea's fault. It wasn't as if they cut us through or cut us open with some great through ball or split the whole defense open or something. It was just a lucky shot. And this goes back to, remember the times, I think, not last year, or it was, I think, a few years ago when De Gea kept making mistake after mistake. It was about a 2-month period under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer where everyone he shot would score past De Gea. The ball would go through his legs. He would let the ball he'll parry the ball to the attacker. He was having a nightmare, and that's why a lot of players said they wanted either De Gea to leave or they wanted Henderson to start. When De Gea is not focused, when anyone is not focused, they're not playing well. But when De Gea lacks the focus, when he's not playing or not involved in a game, that's when you can score past him. And the way the ball went through his legs, and it just looked like it was slow motion. The guy didn't even know where he was, and that is such a disappointing goal to concede. And now I'm not going to jump on De Gea and say he's crap and all these things, because he's not. But he just needs to do better when it comes to those sort of things. I know he likes to use his feet. I get that. He's a foot stopper. He's a goalkeeper that uses his feet a lot. But he just needs to improve on his concentration levels. He can't be conceding goals like that. And after we conceded that goal, after United conceded that goal, you can tell our demeanour changed. It rattled United. The goal rattled United and invigorated Everton. Everton started playing with new confidence. They started holding onto the ball. They started bopping it around and giving goals. And we just lacked the cohesion. And they were just going into tackles, and we were putting out some of the tackles. And when we got the ball in the final third, Anthony would go left rather than right. Rashford would go right rather than left. Martial would drop rather than try to run beyond his striker. It's just the cohesion in the final third isn't there yet. Players seem to be making it up as they go along. And without the cohesion, we're not going to score as many goals. When Martial has the ball, he wants to know whether Anthony's going to make a run, over the top, or whether he's going to stay and receive the ball to the feet. It seems as if the players don't know each other yet. And in terms of their instructions on where to run and where to be, it just looked really, really messy today. And we need to work on our cohesiveness. Once we get that, we will be a very good team. And I didn't see the cohesion in attack today. Even though we scored, I saw a lot of sloppy play. Iwobi broke his leg. I don't know if he's broke his leg actually, but my thoughts, of course, are with Iwobi today. That tackle looked very, very nasty tackle. So I just hope Iwobi is okay. But is it me or the ref today was giving Everton a lot? The ref today seems to give Everton a lot because even in the build-up to Everton's goal, I believe it was a foul on Casemiro. I think that looked like a foul. Tell me what you think, guys. Tell me what you think. Do you think that was a foul on Casemiro? Yeah, because I think it was. Like I said, it will be. My prayers are with you. That happened in the second half. Rashford, once again, scored. Well, he didn't score, but he assisted, I guess, the second goal by doing the exact same thing he did with the first goal. Going down the outside. Listen, you're playing on the left, Rashford. We know you can shoot. You got a really good shot. You knuckleball the ball really well. But go on the outside sometimes and deliver a cross or deliver a driven cross. And that's what he did twice. He went out. He went on the outside. And people are not expecting Rashford to go on the outside now because we've seen him so many times just cut in, or wait for Shaw to overlap and slip Shaw through. But today he went down the outside, not once, but not twice, not more than twice, but two of the goals came from the fact that he took that offensive route. Just mix it up, Rashford. That's all you got to do. Mix it up. Well done, lad. Well done. That's what we all want to see, you know. I think it was Cody's own goal. It was Cody who scored the goal for Everton as well. So, come see, come saw, you know, whatever. Martial came off. Casemiro came off. These two, we need to protect these two. Casemiro, for me, is Man United's, or slowly becoming, for me, one of Man United's most important players. The way he sees the game, the way he breaks up the game, the fact that he plays with 2 feet, he can play with his back to goal. He's got eyes in the back of his head. Casemiro is a beast, and we need to protect him. Martial, he had a good game today. He had a few chances to score today, but he didn't. But one thing I want to say about Martial is I know people online are going to say, oh, Martial didn't score today. He should have scored X, Y, Z. Strikers miss. There wasn't one chance today where he should have scored. He should have dinked the keeper, I think, when he was on the left. But other than that, he played well today. He was involved in the first goal. The fact that he drops deep and links the play is very, very important. Because it also means that it's hard for him to also get back into the striker's position if he's dropping deep. The question I want to ask you guys, or what I want you to think about, is that space that Martial's dropping into when he drops deep. Why isn't Bruno there? Why can't Bruno play with his back to goal? Like, it's because Bruno's not press resistant. Bruno cannot receive the ball with someone behind him. He cannot. He's not press resistant. So Martial has to do Bruno's job. And people don't understand that. People don't really understand that, but it is what it is. So they're going to complain and say Martial didn't score. Martial's doing two people's jobs today. So it is what it is. So yeah, Garnacho and Fred came on for Martial and Casemiro later on in the game. Like I said, wrap those two in cotton wool. We need those two for the remainder of the season. Garnacho is slowly improving as well. I mean, we haven't seen too much of the kid, but he has played, I think, 3, 4, maybe 5 times now for United. And when he has played, he's looked good. He's looked decent. I don't want to get too excited, but the kid looks like he's got something about him. So let's keep watching this space when it comes to Garnacho. Fred came on to shore up the game. Later on, Anthony and Eriksen came off for Maguire and Scott McTominay, and that's when I knew that Ten Hag just wanted to shore up the game. He took up Anthony and Eriksen, 2 attacking plays, and he brought on Maguire and Scott McTominay. And just like the last video, I'm going to say this about Ten Hag. We saw Oli. Oli didn't like to make changes. Oli in a final of the Europa League final, he waited to the 90th minute to make changes. This manager, Ten Hag, doesn't care. He'll make changes in the 54th minute. He'll make changes whenever. He usually makes changes around the 60th minute, which is, for me, the perfect time to make changes. Ten Hag is not someone who sits on his laurels. He's a proactive manager, and that's what I like about him as well. He didn't want to make attacking changes. He thought, you know what, I'm going to shore up the team. Shore up the team. Maguire's and Scott McTominay, they're doghouse players. They're going to kick you. They're going to rattle you and push you around. Perfect. Cool. Bring them on. Let's make the game fizzle out, and secure the bag, secure the win. And that's what happened. Yes, Everton pushed, and yes, Everton continued to hit United on the counter attack, and they had a few shots towards the end, and they continued to work De Gea. But realistically, I never felt that. Even when they equalised, I never felt that Everton could win this game. I really didn't. Like I said, it was one of those games where I felt like the game did not settle at any point. It didn't fall into a pattern. It didn't fall into a rhythm. It was just FA Cup football, franticness, and that's what it was. But it was very interesting to watch. It was very interesting to analyse. Bruno had one of his 50-50 games where some things he tried to do, he pulled off, and other things, all the other flicks. Bruno has a confidence of a world-class footballer, but he plays like somebody who's just good. He's a good footballer who can sometimes pull off really good things, but he frustrates about 50% of the time. But he has the confidence and he has the mentality like an elite footballer. You know, he has a drive and a determination. Because we can criticize a player and praise him at the same time. He has a drive and a determination that I wish other players had. He has a confidence that I wish other players had. But his ability is just not there. You know, but that's Bruno. Bruno, what can we do? You know, other players will get booed. Bruno just gets his name sung around the stadium. It is what it is. But yeah, crazy game, crazy frantic game. It's a quick analysis today. I'm actually going out. So it's a very quick one, very quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think we're playing again on Tuesday. I'm not quite sure. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of the analysis. Let me know what you think of the game. Tell me how you saw it. Tell me how you saw it. That's how I saw it. Yeah, I'm glad Varane is back. We saw Varane do a little skill on the right-hand side as well. It's good to see him back. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. As usual, smash the like, turn on notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do the damn thing. Have a good evening and bless up. Peace. If you're not